This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Recording has started.
Hello and welcome to Superconnectivity. I'm your host, Charlie, the Professor Esser, and with me, as always, is that bashful, blue-eyed bomber from the Burger Fits,
Fill me in, Perich.
Hey, fill me in. How you been?
Good. How are you?
I am doing just fine, Philip. I am excited about the world in which we live and all the wonders that there are there to behold.
I think you mean Disney Plus, right?
Disney Plus. Everyone likes Disney Plus.
Also, we're going to see Star Wars.
Yes, we are going to go see Star Wars
Oh,
on Sunday. Yes, and what?
For my birthday today.
can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Oh, and that's the day that someone, Tristan has entered in a giveaway that's going to give away a free lightsaber
Oh,
on Sunday. Fingers crossed. Tristan may win a lightsaber out of this deal. We'll see what happens. Told him to manage his expectations.
I was going to say, we'll see if a bunch of stuff in New Jersey gets cut in half.
Yes, well, you know, I don't know if they're active lightsabers.
I know. It's a joke.
Oh, you showed it.
Tristan was saying that Philip, what's your name, Philip? Philip was saying hopefully a lot of stuff in New Jersey doesn't get cut in half. You see. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, Disney Plus. Disney Plus is moving WandaVision up, which we've already mentioned.
Moving it up, yeah.
Moving it up.
Oh, wait, where's the zombie?
Because
You know, we don't know yet when they're going to be dropping What If. That's like, which is weird because that was like the first thing they teased, and we still don't know when What If is dropping.
well, I mean, it still might be first because I mean, all they said, right, is that WandaVision's going from 2021 to 2020. So I mean, it could be late 2020.
I know, but don't you think if they were really... I mean, I actually think they're still working on What If. I'm just guessing on this because...
Well, it's animated, so it might take a little more work, you know. Yeah. Just, you know, doing all the voice stuff and then actually doing the animation and
But
stuff.
you kind of feel like they must have already had it in works for a while.
Oh, they've been talking about it since what, Endgame at least?
Yeah, so I don't know. It's weird, but yeah, they're still working on What If. Now, of course, we do know that their entire animation department had a whole upset after the whole Tigra Dazzler story.
But that was the Offenders. I mean, is that the same people making
No,
What
it's
If?
different people.
Yeah.
And they have said that Howard the Duck is still a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Smith's Howard the Duck is still a good to go because he was not going to Hurley and Ivy on it. But again, to be fair, Tigra and Dazzler are not a Harley Ivy pair.
No, they're not known for being friends. It's like...
I know, it's the whole idea. I don't even know what they were trying to do with it.
Avengers X-Men crossover.
You know, I mean, I love Tigra. I love Dazzler. I was very excited about a Tigra Dazzler show, but the fact of the matter is like, you know, they weren't... Okay, you found a blaster. Great. You found his blaster for one of his toys. He's very happy now. But anyway, that's Disney Plus. And there's a lot on Disney Plus. And there's a lot going to be on Disney Plus. But right now we're all excited that we have
WandaVision's moving up.
We have WandaVision, which we will now assume, because I get the feeling that they're going to be setting this at least one new show a quarter.
You would think so, especially now, because if WandaVision's going to be 2020, isn't Falcon and Winter Soldier 2020?
Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier, we all know, is going to be most likely early spring.
Yeah.
So, like March, like at the latest, it's going to be Easter. You know?
I wonder if they'll do... I wonder if it'll be like a lead up to Black Widow, maybe?
Oh, probably, yeah. When does Black Widow come out?
Beginning of May.
Oh, yeah. So probably they're going to do Falcon Winter Soldier April. So you'll watch that and you'll get like a bunch of interesting hints about what we'll see in Black Widow. And then we'll get Black Widow.
I wonder if it's going to be another 8-episode show. So maybe it'll be March and April for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then first week of May, boom, Black Widow.
Could be. Or they'll do March Black Widow drops, they hold a couple episodes, and then you get stuff at the end of Winter Soldier that's going to tie into Black Widow.
Oh, maybe someone like Taskmaster or someone shows up in Falcon and Winter Soldier toward the end.
I mean, it's entirely possible. And then along those same lines, what time when is Doctor Strange dropping?
I don't know if it's even this year. Here, let me look it up. But I thought it was 2021. But
if it's early 2021,
oh yeah, maybe.
And they do WandaVision at the end of 2020, so you start like as a Christmas.
Ooh.
That's one thing I was saying. Aren't you excited they moved it up to 2020? I'm like, well, I don't know. It was going to drop in January. Now it's going to drop in December. That's not that much of a difference.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness releases May 7th, 2021.
Okay. So they're probably not going to do a breakup then, but at least we'll get something.
Yeah.
And it does seem like there's a lot that's going to be unleashed in WandaVision.
I mean, unless you do WandaVision like the first half in like December or something, and then this second half comes out like early 2021.
I mean, you could do a lot of options, but it's just whether or not you're going to have the movie drop in the middle of the series.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that they always had a problem with the TV shows is that they had to run the TV shows. They didn't get the feedback on what the films were going to be. And then they had to address the films without interacting with the films.
Yes.
And that's always the difficulty of the TV show versus movie properties. Now, under Disney Plus, you have the argument that, well, actually now it's all scheduled so that they can move more seamlessly.
Oh yeah, didn't was it Feige or someone else? Didn't someone say that some of these characters are going to float like back and forth between the Disney Plus series and the movies?
Well, yeah, and I think that's what it was always meant to be.
Yeah.
You know, I think honestly, if I'm going to give anything, I'm going to say that before Feige got made the King of the Mountain, that it was literally just the tension between Marvel TV and Marvel Studios that kept on having problems.
Yeah.
Or even Marvel Studios was eating its own tail.
Yeah.
Like when Inhuman says, "Well, we're not really associated with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D." Like, yeah, you should be so.
You should have, yeah. Should have been.
Honestly, I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. dodged that bullet. Trust me, if we can just forget about those Inhumans, say what? A race of Inhumans on the moon? That's ridiculous. They live in the Himalayas. There's a blue area on the moon where the Watcher lives. Maybe they'll visit there sometime.
A race on the moon who can't act. Who?
No, they were buried under a lot of rocks, and that's where they should be.
Oh,
where they should stay. Oh, it was just so bad. It was almost as bad as Josh Trank's Fantastic Four.
Oh,
but don't worry, Josh.
Oh,
you're still number one in our hearts for bad.
I was going to say, they ain't topping the King.
No, they can't. You can't unsee the King like Josh Trank. He is. When it comes to bad films, Josh Trank is the horse tranquilizer of filmmaking. He is properly named.
We don't need a Stanley cameo.
They not have a Stan Lee cameo in that?
I thought you said that. Yeah, no, I don't think they did.
No, I don't think there is. And
they were too good for it. Remember?
No one is too good for a Stan Lee.
Oh
cameo.
no!
Teen Titans Go wasn't too good for a Stan Lee cameo. It's like this is a completely different universe. I don't care. Excelsior.
No, but Trank's Fantastic Four was serious.
No, it wasn't.
Well, that's the way he was. That's the way he was painting it. But yeah, no.
It was not serious. It was not good.
I watched it. I watched it once in the theater. I've never gone back.
Is it available on Disney Plus?
I don't know if it's available yet because I know they said they were just starting now. I think to drop the Fox stuff. I know they said those earlier Fantastic Fours are on.
Yeah. But those are at least watchable.
It'd be funny if they never put it on. They're just like, yeah, we're not gonna put that on.
Why? Because it's honestly.
Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it.
Four is much more likely to get a loving release on Disney Plus if the rights can be cleared. Because really, I guarantee you that the whole issue with why the Corbin Fantastic Four has not been released is because it's rights. Because it is Golden Globus. And Golden Globus isn't going to let anything ever be released without like someone paying them money.
Yes.
And
Oh.
I'm sure Disney's like, we'll. I can't see them actually wanting to like pay money to release it.
Yeah. I'm looking.
And I'm sure they're asking for like way more than it's like arguably worth.
I'm looking on Disney Plus right now. The animated series are all on there. It looks like the only live action right now is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh, really? Before the original Fantastic
I
Four one?
guess, yeah. I don't know why you.
I guess
that.
a lot of people like that one. It was, it's a sequel, and arguably, I don't want to say it's better than the original, but I think it does. I think the two are very complementary, and I do think that it's a good film.
And are we trying to build up some branding for Silver Surfer? Maybe.
Does he have a series coming out?
No official word yet, but who knows? I mean, they have the rights now.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've never thought the only good standalone Silver Surfer story I ever read was Mobius's, which is set in the far-flung future.
Yeah.
And that was a good one. I'm not going to deny it. Mobius's Silver Surfer is in collaboration with Stan Lee. That was back when Stan Lee collaborated with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really good, and it really had a nice story. It was 2 issues. And that was a Galactus I could get behind. Not like whatever this Galactus is we're getting in Thor number
I was going to say, do you want to talk Thor number 1?
Let's talk Thor number 1 if we must. And
so the retconning Galactus's origin again.
Well, not necessarily. The idea that there was some galactic force that was destroying the universe.
Yeah, Galactus's
galactic
previous
storm.
universe. Yeah, now it's coming.
I mean, if you want to think about the concept of heat death, which is what it originally was, that it's the heat death of the universe.
Yes.
Is that when entropy expands to a certain point, yada, yada, yada. And you could personify that heat death. So arguably the galactic ice storm is the heat death. Although they actually use the term galaxy to mean universe in this, which I really hated. Yeah, I get the feeling people don't know how many galaxies there are, and it's hard for them to wrap their heads around the idea that, like the entire universe is destroyed because of something that happened in this little tiny arm of this random third universe.
It's Donny Cates. I've been having more and more issues with Donny Cates because, like, when he was writing Guardians of the Galaxy, he had a bunch of the characters, including Quasar, be mind controlled. But meanwhile, Quasar's quantum bands are supposed to protect him from mental domination. I was just,
yeah.
I'm just like, okay, Cates, you gonna explain this?
Does he?
No.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
See, but you know what? Just to get off topic, because I did want to talk about this.
Okay.
Because this was one of the most important things that me and Tristan deciphered recently about the clones and Order 66.
Okay.
Do you know what Order 66 is, Philip?
Isn't that
Well, yeah, it's the order from Palpatine to the clone troopers to kill the Jedi.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah. From Revenge of the Sith, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to tell them about, because the reason why, so it's established in Attack of the Clones that all the clone troopers have a chip in their head.
Yes.
Except for Boba Fett. Boba Fett was made without a chip, without conditioning. But they all have this chip implanted. And do you know why they had to have a chip, Philip?
So they didn't rebel?
Oh, there's 2 reasons.
No.
There's 2 reasons.
They're soldiers. You tell a soldier to kill someone, they'll probably kill them. The reason they needed a chip in their head was so that they would be immune to Jedi mind tricks.
Oh, nice.
Because if you just give the order to kill Jedi and they're just clone troopers, like stormtroopers, it's like, I'm not the Jedi you're looking for. He's not the Jedi we're looking for.
Yes.
But Dad, they also need the chips in. That's the reason why some clone troopers in that or 6 like Rex, he took out the chip from his head.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he didn't have to do it. He wasn't controlled to do it.
Yeah, so Rex did remove his own chip but the idea is so if you did have the willpower to remove your own chip, you could, the way that Rex did. But the idea is that they established this idea of these chips to hold the not only to control the clone troopers, to make them attack the Jedi whom they had befriended and worked with all this time, but also to prevent the Jedi from manipulating the minds of the clone troopers because they still had organic minds. And as they had organic minds, as Yoda says in, I believe, the first episode of Clone Wars or the Clone Troopers, the CGI one, he says, there is force in each of you as well. And this is what he's establishing, is that, you are as much a part of the force as anyone, even though you are clones. And so long as you are alive, you have the force within you. But if you had a chip in you, that is something that cannot be controlled by the force, in the same way that droids cannot be controlled by the force. You see, and that's, of course, why they sent why IG-11 to get Baby Yoda. Because all the other bounty hunters were under the thrall of Baby Yoda.
Yes.
One more thing.
What one more thing do you want to tell us?
Apparently there actually was a droid who actually realized that he was doing wrong. So he actually killed all the other droids who were killing all the Jedi and clone troopers.
Oh, okay. So a droid overcame its base programming through its own sense of sentience, which we know that droids can do.
There are probably more.
Yes, there probably are many droids that actually overcome their own sense of central programming, as we saw IG-11 do in at the end, where he says, "If you promise to care for the child, I can reestablish the secondary protocol of
self-destruct,
the manufacturer." And again, I want to see the manufacturer. Who is manufacturing these droids? Who is manufacturing these X-Wings and Y-Wings and TIE Fighters? And it's the same company.
I thought you figured out it was Jabba the Hutt.
I imagine. Well, no, I don't know if it's Jabba the Hutt. It's one of the
Hutt Industries.
Hutco. Yeah, Hutco. Yeah, that's a big family. The Hutts are a very large and expansive empire of being.
Your empire.
When they hang around, they hang around.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm not going to fight with the Hutts, man. They're good people.
What about Jabba?
Not the Princess Leia.
Yeah, as good as any Crown Lord can be.
They're one of those good crime lords.
Well, yeah, I don't think anything was particularly evil about Jabba the Hutt, He gave Han every chance.
He just wanted his money.
Every chance to make good. He was a very nice guy to Han. He's like, Han, I love you. If you ever see the human, and they redid it with the Hutt, but even when the Hutt is doing the whole conversations with Jabba, or with Han, it's like, oh, Han, we just got to talk about it. We got to work it out. I know you did this, but, puts me in a bad spot, Han. I want you to understand that. And Han just keeps on flaunting him and running off to join the rebels. And it's making Jabba look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Harrison Ford has been trying to get him killed off for a long time.
No, but in the second movie, he was actually supposed to die.
Well, that's what Harrison Ford had asked for, yes.
And now he actually got his wish.
Yes, now he got his wish.
Yeah, ask Leonard Nimoy how that worked. Yeah, I mean, he wanted to get killed off in Wrath of Khan, and they brought him back.
Yeah, and that's not how contracts work, Nimoy. Not how it works, Solo. Sorry, buddy. Honestly, he's lucky. He's lucky he got away with it. Because honestly, if he doesn't show up as a Force ghost at the end of the next one, I will be happy, because he shouldn't show up as a Force ghost. Let the poor man rest. Honestly, I don't want Carrie Fisher as a Force ghost either. I want them to be like, screw you, Jedi. We're going home.
Keeping my mouth shut till you see Rise of Skywalker. That's all the way to say.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, they're all Force ghosts. We're all Force ghosts. Turns out, whole story, everyone was a Force ghost the whole time.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. Phil's already seen the movie. We won't see it till Sunday. So anyway, but yeah. So where were we? Thor 1.
Thor 1, yes.
So, and again, Galactus falling to Earth, which again, it's such a
Asgard, yes.
Oh yeah, to Asgard. It's such a cliche of, Galactus got beat up. This must be the biggest threat ever.
Help me, Thor. You're my only hope.
Yeah. And then he turns Thor into a freaking herald for reasons.
I knew it was going to happen eventually. I just didn't know when. Galactus gives him the power cosmic. What happens? Grows that arm back.
No, well, there you go.
I knew there was going to be some kind of cosmic rigmarole eventually where he gets that arm back. I just didn't know when. Well, there it is.
Yeah, fair enough. I thought he was going to get it from Gwenpool when she went into the alternate timeline, pulled his arm, and then used his arm to fix by a hammer. That did not make any sense, but okay. Yeah. So, and again, it's an unnecessary left-handed retcon. It's here's the big bad, and now we must face the bigger bad. And again, you know what's also annoying is it's a big bad that hasn't been built up yet.
No.
So we have got the Necro Sword. We've got old Loki. We've got all sorts of stories that have been building in the Thor mythos. And now we're like, nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to do a completely different one.
Yeah, but all these writers these days want to be the guy who creates, or woman who creates the next Thanos or, the next thing that catches on big.
Why? I mean, yeah, it gets the money, but I don't know.
I don't know. You can go to any, you're looking for a writing job. Be like, oh, hey, look, I created Thanos. I created Thanos, and look how much money that Thanos made. Disney.
Is that really a selling point at this point?
I don't know. I mean,
here's what I'll say. Here's what I will say. It's great that you want to create a character. Create your character organically.
Yeah.
And don't rely on obvious tropes. Because having something smack around Galactus is an obvious trope.
That, and my bigger problem is just like everyone keeps trying to reinvent the wheel and keeps trying to like add stuff to everyone's origin. It's like, stop. Just let, we don't need prequels. Everybody's origin doesn't have to be connected, and, just tell a story.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, tell a story. And this just, this, Tarot, Daredevil, it just felt like a real spinning your wheels kind of weekend for me. Maybe there were better books out there, but these were the three I read. And coming off the mess that was, what was it? Incoming Insurrection?
Incoming, yeah.
Incoming. It's like, it just seemed like, oh, here's a bunch of content with no direction. And it's like, we're not just here for content. We want direction. We want to know where we're going. We want to know what this is going to become and where it's going to lead. It's not fun for us if there's not a place to go.
It just seems like it doesn't matter what book it is. Everyone has to tell like a big, huge story, either a cosmic story or even if it's like a street level person, it has to be a big conspiracy. I'm like, no, just tell you could tell me some good small stories, but just tell me a good story.
But here's the thing: it's like you can tell a cosmic story on a small scale.
Yeah.
So, for example, Gwenpool is a really cosmic story, but told in such a small and beautiful way.
Yes.
Like a freaking Fabergé egg that comic book is.
It's like more personal story. It's not like, oh, the universe is going to end.
Hawkeye Freefall.
Yes.
This week. Again, it's this idea of, there's clearly crazy conspiracies and there's nonsense going on. But at its core, it's this human story about Hawkeye being Hawkeye.
And again, the Hood, it's an established character. We know the Hood.
Well, as established as the Hood can be.
I mean, he's been around. He's been around for a few years.
No, he's been around. But,
Rosenberg just didn't pull this guy out of his pocket.
He is the Gwenpool of comic book characters.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Rosenberg didn't just pull him out of his pocket 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, that's true, and that is the thing. There's so much story now. Sometimes you do have that very real quality where they want to tell a story and say, well, we won't let you use that. And so they create their own character to do that.
True.
And I think that's how Domino got created because they couldn't use Longshot,
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that legend before that basically when they created Domino, they said, they wanted to do a Longshot, so he said, well, no, Longshot's doing something else right now. You can't use it.
Well, yeah, just like we talked about on this week's Capes and Lunatics scroll down, Bendis originally wanted to use Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, for, Alias, and they wouldn't let him, so he created Jessica Jones.
Yeah, which, worked out great for him. And, Jessica Jones is a neat character, and also is neat to not have all the Jessica Drew baggage.
Yes.
You know,
You basically give her whatever.
actually,
you basically give her whatever
interestingly
origin.
enough, yeah, I wonder if that's when he decided to turn Jessica Drew into the Skrull Empress.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. I'll get you, Marvel. She was a Skrull the whole time. Don't cross Bendis. They'll create a Leviathan on you. But anyway, yeah. I mean, it is an interesting concept, an interesting theory. But speaking, and we weren't, but you know,
Yes.
Jumping back to Disney Plus, young Luke Skywalker.
Oh.
Have you heard about this?
Not really. Not since you said you wanted to talk about this. So they're casting.
Okay. So
they're casting for
it's
young.
out there. It's out there
Luke
that they are
Skywalker.
apparently looking for young Luke Skywalker, and I'm like sorely tempted to let Tristan audition for that, except he doesn't have blue eyes, and it's like, oh, they're gonna want some tow-headed kid for it, you know.
Contact lenses and some hair dye. Come on.
Yeah, you know. I mean, he could do it. He'd be a great Luke Skywalker. Way less whiny than Anakin. Although he can play whiny if you need it. Trust me, he can.
Well, do you think maybe they made him whiny because they're like, oh yeah, this kid's gonna be Darth Vader. Don't fall too much in love with this kid.
Yeah, but the idea is that they want to add in a young Luke Skywalker to the Obi-Wan story because they are doing an Obi-Wan series for Netflix. So that's the next
Star Wars thing.
Star Wars series they're going to be adding into it. And it's going to be the prequel that's set after the prequels. So it's going to be Obi-Wan on Tatooine sort of making his way in that world. And for what it's worth, clearly young Luke Skywalker knew who old Ben Kenobi was.
Well, yeah, he knew of him. He didn't know his true, he didn't know he was a Jedi, did he?
No, he didn't know who he was, but he says, I wonder if they mean old Ben Kenobi.
So that's going to be the show. That's going to be when they first meet, yeah.
Yeah, well, and it suggests the idea that who will be a central character in the plotline, Uncle Owen.
Oh, yes.
We'll get Uncle Owen and, what's your name, Shmi? Beru.
Yeah.
Shmi was the mother. Then we'll get Uncle Owen, or Owen Skywalker and Beru Skywalker, dealing with old Ben Kenobi, this crazy guy who keeps on coming to young Skywalker's house, and it's like, oh, I'm just checking on you guys here, make sure everything's okay, you know. Sort of, it's going to be, you know, Rick and Morty with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Or I don't know if it's even going to be like that official, and that it's just going to be like, why are you stalking my moisture farm?
Well, to be fair, Uncle Owen knows why. He knows.
Oh, true. Yes.
He knows Obi-Wan dropped off this Luke kid on him.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, because there is one spoiler that I've already gotten I can't avoid on the new
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker, which is that apparently, and see, got everyone mad, is that apparently Rey is supposed to be Palpatine's granddaughter.
Do you want the spoiler?
Well, just say yes or no.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So maybe I'm wrong on this, but everyone's like, oh, that means Palpatine had sex with someone, which is like, yeah, obviously, duh.
Well, no, because didn't he tell Anakin in one of those prequels that there was a Sith Lord who's able to create, you know, basically Anakin's father, you know, there was a Sith Lord who could create life or, you know, manipulate.
Well, yeah. Create life, which is how he created Anakin.
Yes.
Because that was explicit in some script versions. They've walked away from it, although in the canonical comic books, they have established that yes, Palpatine did create Anakin.
Okay.
That is actually in Disney Marvel owned Star Wars comic content that Palpatine is the creator of Anakin. What is interesting in this is that it's not that Palpatine created Rey. It's that Palpatine stooped somebody, that somebody had a baby, who I say is the Rey from Droids, and that Rey from Droids met a person, and they wound up as junk dealers on this planet with little baby Rey. And when little baby Rey was born.
Wait.
I mean, you can tell me if I'm completely off base here.
Well, yeah, kind of, because Rey's his granddaughter.
Yes.
So
means that
he didn't create Rey. Rey had parents.
Exactly.
Okay. So
So
he
that's what I said.
okay.
Oh,
so
no. So I don't know if you know who Rey from Droids is.
No.
So Rey, R-A-Y, is a character who looks a heck of a lot like Rey, R-E-Y.
Okay.
And was in the old Droids cartoon.
So it was a female?
Yeah, it was a female.
Because I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure they said that Rey's father was Palpatine's child.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I think. I mean, see it on Sunday, but yeah.
Plotline exists, which is basically that Rey or that Palpatine had a child.
Yeah.
And that child sort of grew up without him.
Yeah.
And then that child had, in which case it makes even more sense. If he winds up with Rey from Droids, and then they have a child, and then Palpatine, in his ignorance, seizes on the child that he realizes he had lost, never even considering that the female line might be of value. Because he's dumb like that. Because he's the Dark Sith. And you're dumb like a Dark Sith. You don't know what you're doing.
I'm gonna bring this to school.
Okay, school's not for 2 days.
I know, but I need to see the hospital. Since I don't play with this toy anymore, and he's actually a McDonald's toy, I'm gonna
Him showing off, saying, I love school.
Like, anime comic book club.
Okay. You're going to donate a toy to Anime Comic Book Club.
Also,
He wants that karma. He wants that lightsaber.
He found his Iron Man blaster.
Oh, nice.
You may need new batteries, son. No, it still works.
Oh, the arc reactor's still good.
Still arc reactor, still arcing. So good for that. Oh, we're all doomed. Yeah.
Oh man, he wants a lightsaber and an Iron Man blaster.
Why wouldn't you?
No, I'm saying I know.
He wants a lightsaber, an Iron Man blaster, and a web shooter. You.
How many arms does this kid
You
have?
like Spider-Man. You've made mention several times about how much you like Spider-Man lately.
How many arms does this kid have?
Yeah, you mentioned that. You have a new Spider-Man game you keep on playing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. PS4 Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay. He likes so many things he forgets sometimes.
I want to play that movie, but I want to play that game, but I don't have PS4. But yeah, Lil said that game is so good. That Spider-Man on PS4.
Yeah, it looks fun. You know, it's got good.
Oh, the graphics are. I've seen are amazing. Yeah.
Well, maybe you have to unlock it.
What, costumes or something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
there's
he
stuff.
wants the black suit, Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, there's stuff you have to unlock. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a negative. They don't have a black. I think he might. I'm sure.
Supposedly they got a ton of
there's a Venom in
costumes,
there, so.
But yeah, I think you got to unlock most, if not all of them.
Oh, there's not a Venom in it. Yeah. Although there's a very very fun scene he's been to so far where he goes to a Halloween party and there's a bunch of like college kids dressed like the Sinister Six, and there's one big kid dressed like the Rhino, just face my mighty horn. So
I'm pretty sure Otto's in that game somewhere. I think.
Otto's the main villain of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I was reading the comic book tie-in for that.
I don't know if Negative Man ever was in the Sinister Six.
He is now.
Oh, Mr. Negative?
Oh, he is now? Okay.
Yeah, in the game. He's a part of the
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the game universe, I think. Yeah, because it's slightly different. Yeah, because I read the tie-ins. Yeah, it's like an alternate.
Anyway, it's quite enjoyable, and Tristan's definitely having fun with it. Where was I? Yeah. So I mean, whatever the Rey storyline is, I like the idea that, and everyone gets into this fight about, it was originally that, her parents were nobody. It's like, well, her parents were nobody.
Yeah. Yeah,
her father might have been the grandson of Palpatine.
The son,
but was the bastard son of Palpatine. Clearly.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think from the way they made it sound, he wanted nothing to do with Palpatine, and that's why they hid Rey and stuff. Yeah,
and also perhaps even that Palpatine didn't even know. That's this big thing that everyone says, Jedi can have sex. Jedi can have as much sex as they want. They're not allowed attachment.
Wait a second, I'm trying to remember. Was Palpatine ever a Jedi? I know he was a Sith Lord, but was he ever a Jedi?
Well, he's a Sith Lord, but you know what? It's the same. It's two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, the Sith Lords are just Jedi that have sex, I guess.
Well, no, I don't even think it's the sex thing. I think it's that they're just Sith Lords that are
evil.
self-important.
Evil.
More, but self-important in a bad way, unlike the Jedi who are self-important in a less bad way.
We're it's good for the universe. Our self-importance.
Yeah, exactly. It's So basically, the Sith are Jedi who don't lie to themselves.
We're just honest.
We're just honest, you know. Anyway.
Oh,
but,
hey.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, there's another topic. I mean, we briefly mentioned Doctor Strange, and they said there's going to be they're going to introduce a character in there.
Yes, one you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, but that's the weird.
We've wanted to work with for a long time.
That's the weird thing. It was, what was that? CBR. The article said, "Oh, maybe it's Namor," because they're like, "Yo, he really doesn't have any connection to Doctor Strange." I'm like, "Hello, Defenders."
Well, yeah. Well, but the thing is that's an obscure enough connection that it's not one you would expect.
Yeah. So
any mystical character, so like if it was Ghost Rider, you'd expect Doctor Strange to run into Ghost Rider. It's not gonna be like, Ghost Rider, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so so basically it's not gonna be a mystical character.
Yeah. I mean the other option of course is like Reed Richards or which is a very different character, or the young Victor Von Doom.
Oh, well, I mean technically I guess not, but I mean he is kind of mystical in nature. I mean
he's mystical but doesn't want to do the work.
I was thinking what am I going to give this away, but I love this.
Okay, well, you don't have to give away a toy if you love it. Okay.
What if we're setting up Defenders? What if it's like Namor and/or Silver Surfer?
Well, you could have Namor and Hulk.
Well, Hulk's already in the universe, but from the sounds of this, it was like they was introducing someone, so maybe it'll introduce Namor and Surfer.
I mean, that's a possibility. I don't know how you introduce Surfer unless you have basically the idea that he's already been freed from, which might be an interesting way to backdoor in the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Is you say, you don't remember, but, I've been here a long time. And it was, this other, my master was defeated by people from your world.
Oh, end credit scene. Surfer comes to Doctor Strange asking him for help to escape, the barrier around Earth.
Yes.
And that's kind of like, a backdoor, You'll see what he's talking about in the Fantastic Four Disney movie.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be neat if they do introduce Namor. I mean, Namor would be interesting. I think the connection to Namor is tenuous.
Yeah.
I think that their argument that it's not someone you would expect, but who does have a strong tie to Doctor Strange, is a fair cop.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the same could be true of Silver Surfer. But of course, they have been wanting to do something for a long time with Namor because they've had the rights to him for longer.
Hey, they're gonna show DC how to make an Aquaman movie, and it's like, hey, our guy, people expect to hate him, so let's.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of a no-brainer with Namor because he's like, he
turns on a dime, man.
Yes. And for what it's worth, it's like, Namor is like, all surface dwellers are awful, whether you're Nazis or, the Americans.
Imperious Rex.
I hate y'all. Get y'all surface dwellers. Stay out of my oceans.
I'm lightheaded. Too much air. Not enough air. Oh.
Yeah. Not the exact, it's like Bender, it's got to be the exact right amount.
Yes.
I don't know if you had too much alcohol or too little, but whatever it was, you don't have the exact right amount.
Between oxygen levels and Professor X messing with his head.
That poor guy. He just messed up at the start. They should have never made him a mutant. That's all I'm going to say on it.
I mean, I guess they call him technically a mutant because he was born the way
he's not
he
a
is.
Mutant unless that's the thing. First off,
because what, he's not a full-blooded Atlantean because he's only half.
No, he's a hybrid.
Yeah,
he's a hybrid of humans and mutants. Well, he's a hybrid of humans and Atlanteans.
Those ankle wings make him a mutant.
And you know why he's not a mutant?
Because human Atlantean hybrids breed true.
Hmm.
Meaning that anytime you have a human and an Atlantean have a child, they are light-skinned, because it's always white people who do this. Apparently black people don't get down with the blue.
Not saying why, but that's just how it's been written so far. And they always have wing feet, which is something neither group has.
No.
But it's clearly a result of the mixing of the DNA. That is a true outcome. If they were mutants, you would have a bunch of different variations on the theme.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's all the same.
Do you think it was just a conversation someone had behind the scenes? They're like, hey, Angel has wings. He's a mutant. Hey, Namor has wings on his ankles. He's a mutant.
Well, it was basically, yeah. Basically, most comic books are a bunch of comic book writers who have no real concept of science talking about science. And
because who's the first guy to call Namor a mutant? Was it Stan or was it later on? Was it like
no? It was
Byrne?
Much later.
Was it
Well,
Byrne?
originally Stan has Charles Xavier think that Namor is a mutant.
Oh yes.
And then realize, oh no, you're not a mutant. You're some kind of crazy hybrid creature. Because clearly I'm not a moron. I'm written by Stan Lee.
I'm a scientist.
And I know this character isn't a mutant because I created mutants and you existed before mutants. So thanks for playing. So that's that. And then someone later, oh, remember that time when Namor was in the X-Men? It's like, what? You mean that one issue where they thought he was a mutant? It's like, yeah. Well, what if he really was a mutant the whole time? It's like, this is the idea. It's like, yeah. See, that's the problem. It's like either they don't want to create, either they create something new that's bad, or they don't create something new, but it's still bad because they don't really look at what it actually was the continuity.
What's like when they retcon stuff and then they keep flip flopping on it. It's like, oh, Polaris is the daughter of Magneto. No, she's not. Yes, she is.
Lockjaw can talk. End of story. Can pry that issue from my cold dead hand. Oh, gods and monsters. Anyway, where were we? Was there anything else on that list I gave you? Maybe we actually got a few minutes out of Order 66. I was surprised by that.
Hawkeye's filming this summer, I guess you said?
Oh, finally, yeah. I am so mad that every time they do a Disney Plus promo and it says Hawkeye and I click on it and it's Endgame.
Oh.
It's like, they've been teasing me with a Hawkeye trailer for like so long. Well, Hawkeye's in Endgame. It's like, no, shut your mouth, Disney Plus. Do not put the word Hawkeye on the thumbnail for a trailer unless it's for the Hawkeye series. You made promises, Disney Plus. Keep your promises.
I wonder if it's going to be something where, he's having nightmares about, killing all these people's Ronin or something in the show,
Well, they're introducing Kate Bishop. So
yeah, Kate Bishop, too, yeah.
I have no idea what they're going to do with it. It's got Kate Bishop. It's got Hawkeye.
I wonder if he's going to train her for a season and they're going to pass the torch,
I don't know. Jeremy Renner's not too good to work.
No. But just they want him to work, You get a younger lead in there. I mean, who can work much longer.
He gets to be Alfred then. It's.
I mean, you could still have Renner in the movies, after season 1, but then you can have a Kate Bishop series going from season 2 on.
No, I think they're going to keep. Trust me, if they do Bishop, they're going to keep Renner around as the older, wiser guy trying to raise superheroes.
Old man Hawkeye.
I got a house full of teenage superheroes. Now what do I do?
Oh my lord. They have to do a West Coast Avengers spinoff.
Well, yeah, they're gonna, Philip.
They have to.
You know what? They got War Machine. They got Falcon. They got Vision and Wanda.
Well, some of them might be, East Coast Avengers. Bring back Mockingbird.
They can.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found out that she had a thing with Clint a while back. There you go.
We're gonna have U.S. Agent too.
We're gonna have U.S. Agent. No, I think they're gonna set up a West Coast Avengers. In fact, if you think about it, we got U.S. Agent over in
Falcon
over
Winter
in
Soldier.
Captain Bucky. Falcon Bucky. You've got WandaVision. You've got Captain Marvel. She's East Coast, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, Monica Rambeau.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get. You're gonna have the possibility of a West Coast Avengers storyline emerging from the Hawkeye storyline.
Oh, and if they do West Coast Avengers, they have to finally pull that trigger. Give us a Wonder Man.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'll guarantee you he's out. You might see, here's what I'll tell you. the next Guardians of the Galaxy, do not be surprised if we get Wonder Man.
Oh.
Because he's ionic now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all ionic up. And then it's like, well, now I got ionic powers. Now what do I do? Guess I'll go to space.
Oh, what if they introduce him in WandaVision?
Oh, that would be perfect.
What if Vision was damaged at the end of Infinity War? What if Wanda needs some brain patterns for the Vision?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what if she finds calls upon a person who had turned into ionic energy.
Ooh.
To revitalize Vision.
Mm.
Oh, that'll be a story. So watch for Wonder Man showing up in WandaVision.
Or
mark my words, you heard it here first.
And in the comics, who gave Wonder Man his powers originally?
Strucker originally.
No.
Oh, who also?
No. What? Zemo.
Oh, Zemo.
Yes.
Oh, Zemo.
We got another Disney Plus connection. Yes.
There we go. I was thinking Strucker because Wanda and
yeah.
Yeah,
no, in the comics.
There's stories to be had. There's lots of stories to be had, and we're going to see what stories come next. Okay, Philip, is there anything else you want to talk about, or have we gone long enough?
No, we're good.
We're good? Okay, so Philip, how can people reach you?
If you want to get a hold of me personally, you can always email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp. And reach out to the Capes and Lunatics, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, and call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Check out Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics for all of our links. And support the sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Pod Life the Book.
Pod Life the Book.
And digital and...
Talk about the life of being a pod.
A podcaster. In digital and paperback. Hunt a Killer. And check the show notes for the Amazon link for Southgate Media Group. Help support this. Help support all this fine programming, like Superconnectivity.
Mm-hmm. And I'm a Peapod man in a Peapod world. I'm a Peapod man with a Peapod girl. There we go.
Wow.
Anyway, if you'd like to write to me in that old-fashioned... By the way, that was a shout-out to people who don't even listen to this podcast. If you'd like to write to me in that old-fashioned email where we are mothers and fathers, and Tony Stark once did, do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet things, which is becoming less common because so many things are now streaming and not really broadcast anymore. At Charlie Esser, that's CHARLIE. Yes, that's the look for the two E's in the middle.
For quality. Bing!
There we go.
Love the Moz.
Love the Moz. The Moz is the great. Start the music, Philip. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you've listened to one more episode of Superconnectivity. Please make a point and super connect with us again next week. Thank you.
Come back next time, you hear?
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Lots of theories. Lots of theories this week.
Y'all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of a podcastery. Comic books, y'all.
Swimming pools, movie stars.
Demon TV show. Y'all come back now. You hear?